My name is Dara, and I'm coming to you from bullyinghurts2012, found on Facebook.com, and this is video number 22. I'm coming to you today because, as a former victim of bullies, witnessing somebody being bullied just irked me. I'm a parent of an almost teenaged boy. And I was out at the bus stop today, and I saw this boy take a rock this big by this big and throw it at the feet of another person. The person happened to be his sister, but still, that's a big rock. And that rock really could have hurt somebody. Not only her, but somebody else. I had no idea what I was watching at the time until after it had happened. I saw him pick up the rock, but I didn't know because, it was from the other side of the road. And then he brings it and he throws it at her. That could have really injured her. And not only that, but he started to push her continuously. Granted, again, she's his sister, but that's bullying. Okay? I was bullied from first grade to my senior year of high school. I know how much that can affect how you feel about yourself and how you perceive yourself towards others and towards the world. This was so wrong on so many levels. I started this because I wanted to help other people that are being bullied or know of somebody who's being bullied or even went through it themselves, who are adults like I am. Seeing that really bothered me. And when I saw him do that, I got out of my car and I went over there. And I told him that he needed to stop doing that. And he's just looking at me like, who, me? Yeah, you. That's not right. I don't care if she's your sister or not. You need to stop it. I said, you're being a bully. And I said, don't be surprised if the school finds out about it or your parents find out about it. And he just thought it was a big joke. Well, you know what? It's not a joke. I don't care what you think. Going out and pushing people or throwing rocks at them, that's intentional wanting to harm somebody. And that's not okay. That's not okay at all. Okay? So what I ended up doing was I took a stand for his sister. I took a stand for her today. And I called the school. And I let them know. I wanted to get the parents' address so I can address it and talk to them, personally, because I witnessed it. I know he lives down the street from me. I don't know their last name or their house number, so I couldn't do that, and it's against school policy. But the school informed me that they would let the administrator know who would let the parents know. Okay? So that's the first thing I did. The second thing I did was I called the bus company, and I let them know that this boy threw a rock, a huge rock, at his sister, and it was at the bus stop. So now the bus driver is aware of it too. From what I understand, they can write children up who are abusive. If they see it at the bus stop, or hear about it in some fashion, they can write that student up. And what can end up happening is you have write-ups from them, you have write-ups from the school, you can go to the superintendent of the school, and then that student can be expelled for bad behavior, for bullying other students. Bullying has to stop. It really does. Because they don't understand how it messes in your mind. Okay, I'm an adult, and I was so messed up in my heart and in my soul and in my mind for so many years because I let the lies, you hear that? The lies of all those people who said I was worth nothing get ingrained in my heart and in my soul. And I believed it. But you know what? I'm not a bad person. I never was. I've always had a heart of gold. But I was a wounded soul. I was wounded for so long. It was so messed up. And I understand what it's like to feel that pain, to feel like nobody loves you. I understand that firsthand. I tried to kill myself 3 times. Okay? I get it. I understand. You know, this has got to stop. There's got to be a way that we could communicate how bad this is. They don't understand. Only the victims understand, right? But you know what? There's a way. There's a way. Oh my gosh. Oh, please, Lord, help me. As someone who was bullied and messed up in my life for as long as I was, I ended up finding peace. It took me almost all of my life. It did. It took me almost all of my life to find that peace. But that peace comes from within now. Because what I ended up doing was I learned I had to forgive the people that hurt me. That's the only way to let go of it, is forgiveness. And I know from personal experience that is not an easy task. It really isn't. Forgiving the people that hurt us is really, really hard. But if you can learn, train yourself to forgive when it happens, then that will help you in the long run, because verbal attacks against you, people don't realize how much that hurts you. When people say nasty things about you, they say you're fat, they say you're ugly, you have too many zits on your face, you're too short, you're too thin, you're too tall, you're gay, you're ugly, whatever. When they say all these things to you, their lies start to seep into you. Okay? But you know that you're not that. So why do you let them get to you? The way that you have to let it go is to let it go. You have to learn to forgive. They don't know what they're talking about. They have no idea. They have no idea of who you are. They're just going on who they think you are. And you're letting their lies sink into your heart and sink into your soul? Don't do that. Forgive them. Say, you know, Susie came by and said, you know what, you got ugly clothes. Well, you know what, maybe your parents can't afford to buy you new clothes. And they don't know that. You know what, just forgive them. Say, you know what, they don't know any better. Forget it. I'm not going to let it bother me. And just let it go. Forgive the person. But see, the more that you let their lies come into you, the more you get like this. And you get like this. And you get like this. And then you become nothing. At least that's the way you see yourself. As nothing. But you need to find the inner strength within yourself and within your soul not to let these bullies win. Because the more you let their lies sink into you, the more you become what they say you are. But if you can look in the mirror and say, you know what, I'm not any of that. I'm an awesome person. I've got a good heart. I've got a good soul. I'm pretty. You know, whatever it is, start talking about it to yourself. Forgive yourself and forgive them for even believing their lies, because that's all it is. It's lies. They're lies against you. They are our enemies. They're liars. They're liars who hurt our souls. But if you can forgive them, you can find release, and you can find peace in your heart and in your soul. God is so good If you ask him to help you to forgive, he will help you do that. But you have to reach out and you have to find that. Oh my gosh. Oh, this bothers me so much. You don't even know. I took a stand today for somebody who got hurt, for somebody who was being bullied. If you see somebody who's being bullied, try to stop it. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Even if you have to confront that person or stand in front of the other person to do what's right, that makes all the difference in the world. And you know what? I will tell you another thing. When you stand up for the victim, not only do you feel good about yourself, but you're helping the victim. Because I will tell you, there were times in my life where I got picked on so badly and beaten so badly. And I had a few people who had goodness in their soul who stood by me and told me, you know what? Don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to you. And because of that, I'm still here today. Because otherwise I wouldn't be. It's a miserable life. It's no fun. And it hurts. And it hurts your soul. And it's not just through your school years. It hurts. It hurts for life unless you get rid of it. And the only way you can get rid of it is by forgiveness. I'm telling you, I learned it. I learned it the hard way. That's the only way. If you see somebody who's being bullied and you don't make a stand for them in person, at least make a stand with the authorities, your school guidance counselor, your principal, your parents, whoever you can think of that may be able to help that student. And if there comes a point where you are alone and you see that person who's been bullied, say something nice. Don't be one of the people that bullies too. Say something nice, because that might save that person's life. I mean, look at Amanda Todd. All the stuff that she went through. Nobody stood up for her, and she ended up taking her life. And do you want to see that for somebody in your school? Or someone you know, someone in your neighborhood? I don't want to see that. Because suicide, it may help. No, it doesn't help anyone. Suicide doesn't help anyone. Everybody suffers. And even the person who takes their own life suffers. You know, they may think it's the easy way out, but it's not. You got to find strength within yourself and within your own soul. And you need to start looking in the mirror and finding the good in you and stop believing the lies of the enemy. Because you're a good person. You got a good soul and you got a good heart. And suicide is never the answer, because everybody is affected by it. Everybody. And not in a good way. There's people that love you in this world. There's people that love you. I'm here doing this because I love all of you. I don't want you to feel the kind of pain that I felt in my life. I want you to get over it. I want you to heal. And I'm giving you the tools to do it. Okay? You shouldn't have to live your whole life thinking that you're worth nothing. That's what I lived. That's what I felt. I felt like I didn't deserve anything. And I was always looking for love in the wrong places. And you'll never find love unless you're happy for yourself. And you're happy in yourself. You need to find that peace. The only way that you can find that peace is through forgiveness. Ask God to help you. You know, He can help you. I promise. He can help you. Okay, well, that's my time for today. This has been Dara for bullyinghurts2012, found on Facebook.com, and this is video number 22. Thank you, and have a blessed day.